Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. I'm just trying to see if I can minimise the top of my screen. Is that even possible? Don't think it is. Oh no. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. Just a little late night short stream because I've missed you all, and obviously I'm doing daily again. I've been in work all day, so that's why I couldn't do it earlier. But we're going again. I'm still not probably tell I'm still in a weird place, so I don't know what the energy is going to be like, but it might just be ADHD hammers, which is great. Is this now? It's now. None of this pre-recorded nonsense that people decide to do the lazy bar stools live and in charge. But I do them last minute. So again, viewership might take a little bit to get into the stream. We'll answer questions as always once the stream's a little bit more packed. But in the meantime, I always set up a few little topics while people are entering the stream. If you're watching this later, watch it back, even though you won't see that recommendation because you're watching it later. Let me just, where's my drink? Not an alcoholic beverage. We're talking a nice, simple, more of a summer beverage. Summer beverage, it's called. These aren't even paying me and I'm promoting them. Calypso. Can't say if it's good for you, but it tastes nice. It's not a fizzy drink, but it's got a kick to it. And it's nice, man. It's nice. All right, Chills. How are we, son? All right. You from Newcastle? All right. Just the way you've said it. All right. I'm not too sure. I'm just guessing. Shout out to Klopp signing of Arsenal Diaz. No contract for Diaz. I believe. Are you saying you don't want a contract for Diaz, or are you saying that's not going to happen? Let me know. Shout out to Tammy. Tammy, I'm going to get back to your message, love. And thank you for sending me that. I appreciate it. Love you. Tammy's a legend, guys. Go subscribe to Tammy. Blessings, Brother James. Love, Brother Dan. Love you, sir. Hope you're well. Stephen, you in, Jamie? I'm in. Is this now? I'm now answering the same comments. This is what I do. I like to try and get through them all, and then I end up reading the same ones over and over again. Let me hire my seat up. I hate it. See what I mean about this chair? It's because I'm fat, mate. It's because I'm a fat bastard, so it's just not letting me sit down in the right spot. First one out of the recent ones that I got the notification for. Hope you're all good. Been a minute. Sorry for your loss. Just remember the streams here for you to take your minds off of things. And you know what, Harris? That's why I've been doing them a lot more, mate. You guys actually help. Just talking to you guys, chilling with you guys. It's a nice thing. It's better than sitting down all the time by yourself. You know what I mean? Salah next, then Trent, then Van Dijk. That's the fingers crossed moment. So, suppose we'll start before we get more juicy comments. I actually was interested to see what this guy has to say. Diaz has 3 years, so he'll get one next year if not sold. In fact, good point. I didn't know that, no. But the reason why we're going to give Diaz a new contract is because of a wage increase. And there's no real point in giving him a new contract if we can't extend that contract by a certain amount. I just think Diaz is one of those players. Listen, if you're going to make 25 million on Carvalho and 20 million on Sepp van der Berg, I don't have a problem with not making profit on Diaz. He was about 40 million. He's been on 55 grand a week for the 3 years he's been at Liverpool. I'm fine with giving that man a new contract. Just me personally. Shout out to T-Boys TV, my man. Subscribe to T-Boys TV, guys. 3 in a row indeed. Bet you thought you weren't going to see me today. Oh, where did James go? I don't blame you. I really don't. Praying Diaz stays for another 5 years. Need my man at the club. Do you know what, Tammy? I think you'll get to see that because I do think we'll give him a new contract. And I don't think it's just because we've got the agency to lock him down. We've already got him locked down, like the point that's already been mentioned. The point is that he's on 55 grand a week and he's one of the best left wingers in the Premier League. It's a bit bollocks, let's be honest. There's a lot of wingers that should not be earning more money than Luis Diaz, and they are. So I think that's only fair. And that keeps the morale of Luis Diaz higher as well. The hope is that you don't give him a big contract of 100 to 150 grand a week and then he plays shit. That's always the biggest fear. Yes, James, big up, brother. Ravi, big up to you, sir. Much love to you. More important contract for me is Trent. That's the most important for me as well, Kat. I agree. I think that Trent, if he doesn't get sealed down, you've lost a potential future legend of the football club. So, no, I agree with you there. I think if he goes, that's the most problematic. And Diaz is probably the least concerning, but I need to keep mentioning to you the guy's on 55 grand a week and at Liverpool football. To be a starting left winger for one of the biggest clubs in the world in today's footballing economy is not that much. That is pennies. Like, that is bit shit. Like, if you see everyone else earning more than you see players on the bench earning more than yourself, you're going to sit there and go like, oh shit, something's a bit seedy and I don't like this. Who do you think is better, Mane or Salah? I think they both have their own attributes. I think Salah is an overall bigger legend at Liverpool. I think Mane was the better all-round player. And I say all-round player, I just think he was more technical and stuff. But then again, Salah has been able to show an adaptation to his game. He's been able to show passing as well as a goal-scoring period. There's a time where people say he doesn't pass enough, and now the guy just gets loads of assists and double-digit assists every season. So it just depends how you look at it. But Mane was, in my opinion, one of the most underrated players of all time. And I think that my video gave Mane a lot more praise than what he ever would have gotten. That's not like me being cocky. I'm just being honest. I think that video really made people respect Mane more than what they probably would have originally. Just my opinion. Big up United. Wait there, what? Big up United. Are you holding it? Are you speaking to United fans? Because I know you're not speaking to me. Because I'm not a United stinky fan. I'm only messing United fans. You're not stinky. You just have a twinge. And a bit of a tism, which is fine. Your manager has tisms, which is also fine. Big up to Helga. Good to see you put some weight, Hammers, living the good life. No, I'm fat, aren't I, mate? I'm a big chubby guy. I'm a big chubby guy, yeah. Been getting the pounds on for sure. I would like Trent to be done first. I know the last time you saw me on YouTube, actually, I was just training, cardio training and all this, and I'm not doing that no more. Do you know what I mean? Now we're being a little bit chubby bunny challenge. Who remembers the chubby bunny challenge? That's me. Just a fatty. Listen, I'll represent Rolls FC. Don't mind if I diddly do. Can you please do a video on how to get a Liverpool ticket, the process? No. Because there's multiple. It's just very expensive. The way to do it is through the website, but if you're going to do it through a secondary source, chances are you're going to be overpaying. There's no point in doing a video is the only thing. I'm not trying to dismiss your comment or your thing. When I say it's pointless, it's pointless. Anyway, let me scroll down to the bottom because all yous are booming with the comments. And I'm not fucking reading them. Southern Realist. I think the young lad Bradley will fill in well. Oh, by the way, guys, if I've missed your comment, just put it in the chat. Don't spam. But every 2-3 minutes, put it back in the chat if you wish. And no one ban them, okay? Unless they're spamming, ban them. Maybe not ban, time out. Southern Realist, I think the young lad Bradley will fill in well if Trent. Do you know what? I agree. Like, if Trent was to go, I don't hate the idea of a Bradley. The reason why I hate Trent going is because he's not just a right back. Bradley, he's just a right back and a very good right back. Trent is just, if anyone's going to be Stevie G, it's that dude. You know what I mean? And I don't think he is Stevie Gerrard like for life by any means, but I just think that he's the closest thing we're going to get to it. What about Sadio Mane? Shout out to Ghost. I'm a Spurs fan. What do you think we need to do to compete with Liverpool and Manchester City? It's clear, really. I just think you need to have better investment. Spurs are shit when it comes to investment. They just don't know how to spend accurately, and they don't know how to buy the next best thing. And I think here's where Spurs struggle most. It's not just playing investment, because consider it, you were able to keep on to Harry Kane for probably 2 years longer than what you ever should have. Heung-min Son is one of the best wingers in the world and has been for a long time. Maybe not at the moment, but for a long time, one of the best of all time in recent time. So that doesn't make sense. Best of all time, recent time. More recent time, he's been one of the best wingers in the world. And then you even consider like the team you had under Poch and stuff. I just think where it goes wrong is the lack of project. And I think if you give Ange a bit of time, don't get me wrong, I've got my skepticisms about him as a coach. But I do think that he can be somewhat successful, but you've got to give him time. Liverpool have had 4 managers in 5 years. City have had about 4 managers. Sorry, Liverpool have had 4 managers across like 15 years. And then City, they were a bit different when they first got the money. I think they had like Hughes, they had Mancini, they had Pellegrini, then they had Pep. Is that the way it works with City? So again, they might have the same, if not a similar amount of managers as we have in the past 15 years. You don't need to constantly rotate. It's about the way your football club is run. And I just think the infrastructure at Tottenham is fractured. I think that there's certain players like Heung-min Son, who's been there for so long and fell short so many times. rotation is needed eventually. You've got a great defence. Van de Ven is a great defender. Romero is a great defender. The goalkeeper, Vicario, is boss. The midfield, Basuma, I rate Basuma. I rate a lot of other midfielders that Tottenham have. At the end of the day, your club is fractured. It's just a fractured football club. And it's just not being run correctly. And I also don't think Tottenham make big sales. Let me know if I'm wrong, chap, but I just can't recall a significant sale that Spurs have made. They'll buy Lo Celso, loan him out, then he goes for free. I just don't see the money ball in their team. I don't see it. I think they keep hold of the academy players. Like, we just sold Carvalho. Spurs wouldn't have done that. They'd have kept hold of Carvalho. Spurs wouldn't have sold Van der Berg. He probably would have got an opportunity in the team or would have got loans out. I don't think they're good at managing contracts of players. I don't think they're good at any. I just think good players, long-term project, better infrastructure. That's how Spurs gets at our level. Because it is possible. It's just not what it is. I am 22 years... No, 23. I'm 23 now. I look a lot older. Big up to Ravi. Man United held 3. Man like Morgan at Waterfall like TLC. Facts, bro. Facts. Idiots. Praying for you, James, and your family. Thank you so much, Dan. What a hero. I pray for you as well. Tammy says, where would Trent go if he didn't sign up the extension? Real Madrid. I think that's sort of the direction that it's going in. And I do think they'd take him, to be fair. Is it fair to say Gusto and Porro is better than Trent? Just my opinion. Oh, okay. Chap, that's the one that doesn't get acknowledged, right? Correct? It's a bit of a spicy comment, but like spice as in like the spice drug, not just like on your chip spice. That was moody. That was a moody comment. Moody as well. Go and have some lemo, lads. That is mental. Oh my goodness. Big up to Helga. It's good to have periods in life where you're hungry for more and content in life, balanced how everything should be. I agree. Life is filled with ups and downs. It happens. When I get on these streams, it's just more therapeutic, to be honest with you. Not on much else. Let me see what I'm on percentage-wise. Mohammed's thought, if we lose all 3 on a free, how would we need to replace? We replace with good investments. I mean, we need to sign more than one frigging player in the summer transfer window. But good investments. Listen, if we could buy a Salah for 30 million and Van Dijk was 70 million, but still that was a bargain for how good he is. And then who's the other player we're talking about? Trent, who's an academy player. I mean, we've got Conor Bradley, academy player. Wouldn't mind him getting first team minutes. I rate him highly. Not as good as Trent, but still really good. And then the other 2 players, Van Dijk's just hard to replace, but you'd have to try. The question is, are you comfortable with Kwanzaa and Kanate starting? Not yet, but they are good centre-backs for the future. Kanate, of course, but get Kanate a solid partner if Virgil goes. And I still think we can have a good defence. I think we'll just lack that super long ball that Virgil has. You know what I mean? I think that's what we'll lack if he does go. So, yeah, they need to be replaced. And Salah, I mean, you just need to find someone who suits the system, really. Right, let me go down. I think that's an Arsenal comment, but just re-put your comments in if I haven't seen it. Sorry, guys, I'm missing out on loads of comments here. I hope you're having a nice evening too, Josh. Man like James, looking like he's stuck in the 90s with this haircut. Whoa, see that, guys? It looks all right when I put it back and, you know, it sounds. It's just being in a cap all day. It looks a bit like ballsy at the moment. But as you can see, I'm growing a head of hair on me, mate. You know what I mean? It's something. It's definitely something. It's ponytail worthy now. You know what I mean? If you lift the back a bit up and all that shit. But the reason why we keep a cap on is because I can fucking eat me hair. And that's not nice. You know what I mean? My dirty bastard hair. Right, let me get all this stuff in there. Bish, bash, bosh. Your uncle. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. May have missed your thoughts on Alisson's situation. I'm not happy. Think he's being forced out. Still best goalkeeper in the world. Play for longer. Happy to stay and extend. Don't think Mama comes in as a backup. Oh, Mama, the new goalkeeper. Yeah. For me, I agree. I don't think Alisson has put a foot wrong for years. And don't get me wrong, every goalkeeper has the bad game. You know, Schmeichel had the bad game or the odd bad game. Neuer has had plenty of bad games over his career, but he's still talked about as the GOAT. Alisson is undisputed best goalkeeper in the world and has been for the past 5 years. And I just don't see any other contenders that really super contend with him. But yeah, I agree with this. I don't think Alisson's being forced out. I just think Mame, if we're going to call him Mame, because we don't know his full name, Mame, he's a great young prospect goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me read this comment, actually. They bought Marsmavilli, spelling, you see what I mean? We're all struggling. To negotiate for Alisson. Possibly, but that's a bit daft, spending 35 million just to negotiate with your own goalkeeper. I don't think that's true, but if it was true, I'd probably say that's quite dumb. Like a dumb move. Oh, not an Arsenal comment. Liverpool, we are challenging, winning for the league if no injuries predicted. Sorry, I saw Arsenal for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because I saw the Arsenal tears in your comments. Predicted season started. No one agreed with me. Do you know what, mate? You might be right. You might be right. Hairline shot. You know what I mean, lad? I'm gonna fucking sharp hairline. This is what I do, lad. This is what I do. I have said if we don't want to renew any of them, Trent has had Madrid all over his face for 2 years. Virgil van Dijk won't last forever. Maybe the Henderson lesson is learned and contracts in Salah too. True. And this is the thing, like, we've got to give Michael Edwards the opportunity to build his football club the way that he wants to. Obviously, Richard Hughes, but Michael Edwards chose Richard Hughes, blah, blah, blah. Because he never got that opportunity under Klopp. He had less power, less control, and Klopp grew in more power and more control. And that just meant that if he wanted to keep Jordan Henderson, guess what? Jordan Henderson was being kept. And that didn't make Edwards particularly happy. And why would it? If you see one direction for the football club and that's not being listened to, why are you going to keep persisting to help this football club grow if the manager's contradicting what the decisions you want to make? I completely understand like why Edwards wasn't happy, but I'm also happy we still got to keep Klopp. If you tell me to go back in time and say, right, keep Klopp and Edwards goes, or keep Edwards and Klopp goes, I'm keeping Klopp all day. I needed those few extra years with Jurgen. And you know what? I would never take it back. Even if we never won another league with him, genuinely don't care. The way he rebuilt our team, we're seeing the fruits of that now. Like, our midfield is actually boss. We do like a proper out-and-out DM, but with a good manager, we can make these players work because they are good enough. More than good enough. Right, let me go down even more. Use a comment and like boom, at a boom and rate today, so I appreciate it, chat. Michael Edwards great at scheming and getting signings done on the sly. That ends up paying off. We question it, but the majority of the time he's right and the transfers and contracts completed. What I've been saying, Tammy, guys, comments, let me know if you agree, because I think I'm chatting facts. Absolute facts, because I'm all knowing and all knowledgeable. The business we do is fantastic. Like, the business that Liverpool do under Michael Edwards in recent time has been superb. It's the business we don't do. It's the windows where we don't sign players because we miss out on Zubimendi, so we're fearful of replacing them with someone else. It just makes no sense. I hate this lack of urgency to just go and find the next big thing. Zubimendi is not the only next big thing, but apparently to us, we say we need to wait for the next big thing and blah, blah, blah. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I do think as a club, as a sporting director, you can look at a player and go, he's got the attributes that suit my team, but instead, because Liverpool's sort of transfer approach is so analytical and data-based, this is why we signed Darwin Nunez, because the way they saw it was, okay, Virgil passes it from this position the majority of the time. Darwin Nunez is always in these positions and whatever have you. He's going to receive a lot of chances. That was how we bought Darwin Nunez. He's a chance magnet. Because it's not just watching him tells you he's a chance magnet. The stats do. The stats say, okay, he plays in this system and this is how many chances he's getting. He can play in our system and probably get more. And that's what's been happening. He's getting more chances at Liverpool. And by chances, I mean shots on goal. Not starts, but shots on goal. He's getting more shots on goal at Liverpool than what he was at Benfica. But he's not scoring. Why? Because they looked at it from an analytical point of view and said, this dude is worth 75 million. Let's go and buy him because he's going to get loads of chances. But then they didn't see the conversion rate as much. And except, maybe they did. And it was a good conversion rate in Portugal, where there's less space, less time and all these things. So, sorry, more space, more time and all these things. It was always going to be, it's a good system to sign players, but it is still flawed. Like, you can't say it's the perfect transfer scheme and blah, blah, blah. Royal USG, big up to you, say. Nunez is shite, let's be real. Chance magnet is just a buzz phrase. made by his fans to defend him. He is a chance magnet if you're going to use and define that as sort of like a guy who is in the right position at the right time and receives a lot of chances. But yet you're right, like the system massively plays a part of that and he does miss half the chances. So what does it matter anyway? I wouldn't sit there. I do think he's a chance magnet, but I don't sit there and go, oh, that's why he should be Liverpool's main number 9. I still hold, like, without trying to sound too harsh, I still think Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Roberto Firmino, I'd argue Divock Origi are all on the level, if not better than Darwin Nunez. And I could probably name a few other strikers as well. Emil Heskey was better, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Better finisher. Maybe not like all round. Was watching Rams versus Mon stream earlier. They were debating whether Liverpool are in a title race this year or challenging for top 4. What's your thoughts on that? Rance said no, didn't he? Rance probably said no. He was like, "No, man, Liverpool gonna fall off, man. Blah blah blah, man. Ten Hag should get sacked, man. Even though you fucking selling Ten Hag shit." I do love Rance. I will go with Liverpool to win the league. No, listen. I think City, if I was going to put all my money on it. But can Liverpool challenge? Like, anyone who says no is ludicrous. And I think the last 2 title challenges that we had, Rance also said that we weren't going to challenge in those years. So, although he is, like, good with ball knowledge, he's not the best with predictions. Do you know what I mean? Like, I swear he said Man United were going to compete last year, and we saw how that went. So, and like it. Competed for the FA Cup, like, won the FA Cup. Why do you think Gravenberch is playing better under Slot? Do you think that Klopp's style was too demanding? No. I think the best way to get a performance out of anyone in any work field is a motivator. And Klopp's motivation wasn't for Gravenberch. First and foremost, he had 12 months with Gravenberch. Fabinho, if Fabinho joins last season in his prime Fabinho, if he joins last season, oh, why did it never work with Klopp and Fabinho? Well, as we've seen in real life, it did work. It's just, it didn't work in the first few months. And it slowly, he was integrated into the team. There was a point in time where fucking Alberto Moreno was starting above Robertson. I don't think it's a necessarily Klopp thing. Klopp brought him for a reason, but it was a long-term reason. He bought Enzo for the short term, so it would get him from A to B, and then he bought Gravenberch for the long term. Whether it was his plan or he knew it was for the future manager, I don't know, but I think Klopp could have easily got a tune out of Gravenberch. To say that Klopp can't get a tune out of Gravenberch is just a disrespect to what he's done his whole career. Like, fucking hell, that dude, some of the stinkers of players that he signed. Remember Joe Allen? Joe Allen was a terrible footballer for his first few years at Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp comes in and he just got a boost. And Joe Allen was Brendan Rodgers' prodigy, the Welsh Sharvey. The Welsh Sharvey. He's going to be a great player. Pass him. Going to be a great player. Great character. He was all over him. He was licking his bollocks. And Jurgen Klopp got the best out of Joe Allen opposed to Brendan Rodgers. So, no, I don't think that's just because of Slot. But yeah, I do think Slot will be better suited to Gravenberch. Dutch link. Know what I'm saying? James, do you think if Darwin doesn't kick on this season, it's time to get shut? Sold. I imagine that's supposed to say. Yeah, I've pretty much said from the start I wouldn't start him. Not because of hateful reasons. I just saw his attributes. I just think I watched the game a little bit differently, and sometimes it goes against me. In this case, I think it's gone fairly for me, and I just don't think Darwin Nunez is good enough. It's a shame. It's also because I've seen such a... Like, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd probably love Darwin Nunez because I'm used to Lukaku, I'm used to fucking Morata, I'm used to this level of players, but I'm used to Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Roberto Firmino, the names that I listed before. It's just, I'm used to these names, not Darwin Nunez, unfortunately. Even Jota is, in my opinion, much better. And I've said that for a long time. There's a point in time where I said that, and that was like a really unpopular thing to say. The OGs will attest to this. But it's not Darwin Nunez hate. Like, if he was 30 million, he'd be great. It's just the price tag. You can't have a £70 million player with that wages sitting on the bench. For him and for us, let him go. Leave it on a good note as well, you know what I mean, with Darwin Nunez, because unfortunately, if he keeps playing he's going to keep missing, and therefore the fans are going to turn on him even more so than they already have. And that's because they had this expectation up here, and he ended up being here. And yeah. We understand how much weight goals and assists carry on man of the match performances, but if you watch the game, Diaz disrupted the flow of slot ball. True to a point. I disagree. I think that he actually accelerates the play sometimes with his runs in behind. The space that he creates for other players, I think, is a little bit unseen. I think Diaz has been really good this season, and not just on that, but also end product. No, Rance actually said the opposite. Ooh! Said that we should be in a title charge, as Slot is a very good manager and our team is good. Mons actually was the one who said we aren't in one. Yeah, I agree. Okay, this is why you've got to watch content. So Rance is saying we should be in a title race. Mons is saying we shouldn't. And indirectly, that's basically Mons not... What I'm reading here, it's Mons not confirming if he thinks we're going to win the league or not. He's saying that we shouldn't have to be in a title race. Rance is saying we should. I think, I don't know. I agree with both to an extent. I agree with Rance because we do have a good enough team. The team is good enough. It's the first year of the manager. Context says he probably shouldn't, let's be honest. But Slot is a good manager. You know what I mean? We'll be around second to third, but lack of squad depth will catch up with us. And bear in mind, we're talking about a title race, not just the title. So yeah, we might fall short, but as long as we're in the title race, then Rance was correct. That's the first time I've heard Rance say we're going to be in a title race, probably ever, on YouTube. I might be wrong, but I can't recall him saying it. I remember him saying the complete opposite, to be fair. So fair play. I think he saw the first 3 games as well and shit his kecks a little bit, you know what I mean, lads? Don't let the boxing fool you. He's shitting himself a little bit. Boss, what he's doing, though. I love Rance to bits. And Mons. Mons is a fucking awesome dude. Awesome dude with awesome potential. Harris says, we'll be around second to third, but lack of squad depth and will catch up with us. To win the Prem, so many games this season, our starting squad's great and can beat anyone in 1 or 2 games just to give chance of Champions League. No, I agree, mate. I agree. I think that the squad... This is why I need to see the Champions League unfold before I make any predictions, because we're going to be playing 3 games a day in September. Every single week. Like, it's weird. Like, a game every 3 days. How are we going to compete with that? The only advantage, sort of, is that everyone else is doing it besides the little teams. The little teams actually get that rest, which is only going to make the little games harder. More preparation and stuff like that. And our players will be more drained. Jota is actually unreal. It's just his fitness. True. But I don't know. He gets like little niggles here and there, doesn't he, Jota? He's a weird one. James, how are you? Great, thank you, sir. Are you excited to see Chiesa play? I'm very excited to play for his football club. As you can see, I have impersonated James Redmond for a very long time. I like to have pizza. I like to have this. I like to have pasta. And I like to score hat-tricks against Manchester United all the time. Me and my girlfriend, we settle now. We live in an apartment. We have great time. We have a lot of, great possibility to live in this city. I have nothing but ambition to win trophies. I look at the trophy cabinet and I say, oh my goodness, mwah, 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 Mamma mia, me gusta, eh? You know me. I'm very excited to score hat-tricks at Old Trafford. Let me just say that much. If you wasn't a Liverpool fan, which club would you support? It's a weird question. I'll answer it quickly. It would probably be Everton, and not because I'd want to, but if there was no Liverpool, it kind of leaves Everton as the only other Liverpool club, so it probably would be them. But if it was like Liverpool folded today and I had to support another team, I'd probably choose Dortmund. Not Tranmere. They're Wolves. Dortmund. But yeah, like if I was born and Liverpool didn't exist and I had to support another team, it'll probably be Everton, because the way it works in Liverpool, it's not like London. You don't choose your team and you don't just do it based on who your dad supports. It's more like in Liverpool, there's going to be Everton or Liverpool. They're your choices. You support where you're from, basically. So, yeah. Not so short, but short enough. James Nunez was a Klopp signing, not Edwards. Data team said no, Klopp overruled. There's no evidence of this. There's no evidence of that. It's actually not a Klopp signing. It was very much a board signing. Klopp green lighted the signing, basically. He had the final say on if it went through or not. But the club wanted Nunez. Don't get it twisted. Like, you know what I mean? Klopp never really made the decision on who he wanted to sign. It was the only one that evidentially Klopp had a full say on was Enzo. And that's because the club fucked up so much on Caicedo and Lavia. So bear in mind, Klopp would have never got that signing of Enzo if we got Lavia or Caicedo. That's the only signing Klopp factually and evidentially was able to think. Nunez was not just the Klopp signing. Klopp green lighted the signing, but other people at the club were already looking at Darwin Nunez. So that's not 100% true on a evidential basis. Might be true, but there's no evidence to support the claim. When did Chiesa develop that Indian accent? This is not Indian, mate. Don't be trying to fucking get me cancelled. I weren't doing an Indian accent, you fucking bastard. You know what I mean? Trying to say that I'm doing an Indian accent. That's the one accent on the internet that can get you cancelled. If you're a white guy and you do an Indian accent, you are cancelled. Don't say I was doing an Indian accent. That was a bit of Spanish, a bit of fucking Latino. It was boss. I'm sure Chiesa would be very proud. I'm sure I would be very proud because I am Chiesa. You've never seen me and Chiesa stay in the same room. You've never saw us in the same room. So I am him and he is me. I do two things at once. I'm busy. Do you think when I'm like just going on hiatuses on YouTube, not uploading, I just do nothing? No. I'm busy playing Champions League games and owning fools. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys. Rance was praising us a lot, to be fair. I was surprised he proper rates Slot and said he's already one of the best managers in the league. Fair play. Fair play, because I agree. Hannes, there is evidence Klopp wanted Nunez. I never said that there wasn't evidence Klopp wanted Nunez. There's no evidence to say he overruled the backroom staff to sign Nunez. That's what I said. I never said there's no... Klopp might have wanted Nunez, but he never overruled anyone. It weren't like the club was going to sign Ivan Toney and then Liverpool... Sorry, Klopp came in and said, no. Hold my German beers. Hold my sausage, pause. I want Darwin Nunez. That never happens in any world. There's no evidence. And don't just say like, oh, James, there is evidence. Give me the evidence. Don't just say there's evidence. When do you think Chiesa will feature? Probably the West Ham game, yeah. Maybe not. Yeah, West Ham. Maybe, but no, Nottingham. He'll play Nottingham. He'll come on off the bench. Or he will at least be on the bench, I imagine. Is anyone fearful for Harvey Elliott? I just don't think he's going to get a game under this slot, you know. I love Harvey. I just get a feeling. I don't know. Paul Joyce said it was a Klopp signing. Okay. And again, where's Paul Joyce's sort of... What does he mean? What's his dynamics of that? Like, okay, if it's a Klopp signing, fine. He might have green lighted the signing. That still makes it a Klopp signing because it weren't like the Salah thing where he was like, no, give me Brandt. No, you're going to have Salah. No, give me Brandt. No, here's Salah. That's different. The club saying, we want Nunez. Klopp, do you want Nunez? And Klopp says, yes, I do want Nunez. A guy who he's seen play against the Champions League. It weren't just like, oh, he saw him play and he wanted him himself. You know what I mean? The club already wanted Nunez. Klopp said yes. So he did want Nunez. So Paul Joyce isn't wrong. It's just, that doesn't clarify he overruled anybody to get that signing made. The club already wanted Nunez. Let's make it very, very clear. If the club didn't want Nunez, they wouldn't have made the signing. Hence why they didn't sign Julian Brandt. James, are you still an endosexual? No. What do you mean, have I seen the light? Endo was brilliant last season and he done a job and he was well better than anyone thought. Just because he's not a starter, he was never supposed to be a starter, but he done a good job. Like, have I seen the light? No, mate, you're still in the you're still in the dark. But guess what, my friend? I was raised in the dark. Sorry, I was never raised in the dark. I was born in it. Anyway, that's a bit weird. Bit dodgy. James, he was a Klopp signing, 100% there is evidence. I'm not disagreeing that it's a Klopp signing. I am disagreeing that he had to overrule, which you said, the backroom staff to make this signing. There's no evidence that says we were after Tony and Klopp came in and said, no, I want Nunez, and we got Nunez instead. Tony's just the example, by the way. The club wanted Nunez and Klopp wanted Nunez. So it was a Klopp signing, but Nunez was a club signing that Klopp said yes to. Fucking nimwits. I'm not messing. You're not a nimwit. You're a fucking sound dude. I want to keep this debate up with this dude. James, Ian Graham, the former director of research, confirmed it. He confirmed. So you're telling me, give me the quote, please. Give me the quote. I'll read the quote. I can't agree with that without seeing any quote that says the club didn't want Nunez and Klopp wanted Nunez and Klopp interrupted Liverpool's plans to get Nunez. That is bollocks. That is bollocks. That is not true at all. The club wouldn't have signed him. James, would you ever go on the Big Six? I've been on the Big Six, mate. I've been on the Big Six. Nunez looked like Batista. Nunez looked like Batista on his YouTube before he brought him. Slot will do what Klopp couldn't and make him great player, mark my words. Mark, it's not that Nunez couldn't be made great. Like, what more could Klopp do with Nunez? He put him in a system where he got all the chances in the world and Nunez missed the chances. It's not like Slot is going to... I guarantee you now, Slot won't create a system where Nunez gets more chances. And Slot's not going to improve Nunez's finishing. Because Nunez's finishing should already be at a standard by now. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. It's just because he can't convert that well, hence why. Klopp had a great system for Nunez. It was Nunez's fault why it didn't work for Nunez. That's not Klopp's fault. Klopp gave them all the service in the world. That's all. So, I disagree. James, Ian Graham, research director, confirmed it. Advised against signing Nunez because he wasn't the profile of a typical Liverpool striker. Klopp said, I still want him. I'll see. I'll look into it. I don't think that happened, and I don't think it's a case where the club didn't want him, because guess what? They wouldn't have signed him. Persevere with Nunez, trust me. Fine. I just think 12 more months are going to go by and it's not going to work out. But I don't want this to be an anti-Nunez stream, because I'm not anti-Nunez. I just think he's not a starting Liverpool number 9. Really want Szoboszlai to pull the Gerrard and just show everyone levels in the 10 position. He won't. I think Szoboszlai is going to be more like a Genie. Because Genie scored loads of goals at PSV, loads of goals at Newcastle, loads of goals for Netherlands. It was like every time he went away for Netherlands, he'd score every single time. Then he'd come to Liverpool and he'd never score. It's because we've got a very particular system, a very particular regime. I just don't think Szoboszlai, although very different to Genie, I don't think his role is too different in terms of the legs, the output, the defensive work. Yeah. I don't see him being a Gerrard no more. Unfortunately. Even though he could. He kind of proved that at Leipzig. And he plays a similar role for Hungary. Like what Gerrard used to do for Liverpool is what Szoboszlai does for Hungary. So don't get me wrong, Szoboszlai can be a bit of a mixture of Genie and Gerrard. But it's like, he's not exactly either or. He's just sort of his own thing. And that's good. That's good. He was never going to be Gerrard, let's be honest. He just has good shooting. Nunez was very much a Klopp signing, with Liverpool's recruitment team preferring Christopher and Nkunku. Paul Joyce. That is evidence, to be fair. That is evidence. I'll admit it when I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I'll admit it when I'm wrong. If that's true, fair play. Can't agree. Klopp's press made opposition low block. Nunez isn't a small nibble 9. Nunez was never a small nibble 9. Nunez got one-on-ones and missed. This is not small nibbles. These are great chances. Like, these weren't just okay chances. These were high XG chances that Nunez was missing. It's nothing to do with the way we pressed or the way teams would sit back against us. I just don't agree with that whatsoever. Like, you can't say Nunez shouldn't have scored half the chances he missed. Just call a spade a spade. It's just Nunez has not been to a standard, unfortunately. Watched the interview quite too long for YouTube. I will, mate. I will. I've just seen that tweet then. I will actually do that. I've never seen that. I've never seen that claimed. But you know what? I think it was about time Klopp started getting his own players. So he fucked it with Nunez. Like, Nunez is not getting in over Jota unless Jota gets injured. And if that happens, I think Slot will change things around before trying Nunez in. I agree, mate. I don't see a place for Nunez in the team. if Jota continues to play. Just my opinion. Right, got to go. Have a good night, James. See you all. Good night, sir. Much love to you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I just have a sneaky feeling for Darwin. If there's anyone who's going to turn it round and prove me wrong, it would be Darwin. It really would be. I played Chiesa as a 9 before Nunez. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind testing that fair either. I think that would be nice. But guys, I think I'm going to call it a day there. I really appreciate it. Sorry if that was a bit like speedy and not as interactive. But I love it. I love all of yous, and I'm going to be back tomorrow as well. I haven't done it this stream. Shout out to me little pooch, rhubarb. Miss you every single day, girl. And I love you. And I love you guys very much as well. Smash a like, subscribe, leave a comment. It always makes me smile when you just leave a comment. And I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I'm doing a night shift tomorrow, so I'll be in from 7 in the morning, and I'll be doing a night shift, so I can't promise you will see me tomorrow, actually. But the next day, I'll be off work, so you will see me then. But I'll still try and do something for tomorrow. Love you guys. I hope you have a good night. God bless.